moving up towards the Okavango Delta. It will be good to note and just to highlight what we are expecting this year. It appears the 2024-2025 Okavango Delta flood is rather impressive. Those of you that don't know much about the Okavango Delta, taking a look at this particular map, the Okavango Delta has its origins about 1,600 kilometers north of Botswana, in the eastern highlands of Angola. And that water travels down. The rainy season up there starts around about October and it finishes around about now. And that water travels down through these fertile lowlands of Angola, crosses the Caprivi Strip of Namibia, and when it arrives in the Kalahari, there's no real river course for it. So it spreads out and it forms what is the largest inland delta in the world. It's also the 1,000th UNESCO World Heritage Site. We've had incredibly good and thankfully good local rainfall this season. So the Okavango Delta water table, or the base, is substantially higher than what it has been. And with the good rains that are coming out of the out of Angola into the Okavango Delta, we anticipate that we will have possibly one of the highest swells, floods of the Okavango Delta in the year 2025 that we have experienced in quite a few years. So expectation, and certainly those of you that have guests that are traveling to Botswana this year, from now on, the water has started arriving. It's starting to swell from now on through to sort of September, October. Expectation is that the Okavango Delta is truly going to be a sight to behold. It's going to be here in all its glory this year. So it does quite excite us in terms of what we are going to experience in the Delta this year. On the western side of the Okavango Delta, we have the private concession area, Kanana. I mentioned to you earlier on about the main river flow coming down the eastern side of Chiefs Island, is the Monachira River. Between Chiefs Island and where Kanana concession area is, there is no activity, but it's an area known as the Core Flats, which is one of the most shallow sort of areas of the Okavango Delta system. And with years and years and years of these minerals coming down the Okavango Delta river system, these mineral deposits into really deep carbon-rich peat fields, subterranean peat fields, have formed into the northern section of Kanana. This allows for a variety of grass species, plant species, browse, big, beautiful tree islands within the area, and incredible landscapes there. This water that comes down with the Okavango Delta system, once it gets into those peat fields, travels predominantly subterranean. So it's sitting below the ground surface. At this time of the year, the flood coming in, it does flood into this particular area, which allows for us to offer water-based activities when that water is up. But what it does in terms of this mineral-rich subterranean substructure give rise to a variety of plant species that attracts an incredible diversity of game to the area. So it is, when you are there, you take a look at what's running around and everything looks groomed. It is really nutritious and it is plentiful in terms of its wildlife offering. The Kanana concession area is quite possibly one of the most beautiful and one of the most productive private concession areas in the Okavango Delta. In terms of the camp, From Kanana, we offer a variety of activities, game drives, night drives, walks, mokoros, when the water's up, boating. And Kanana is also home to the largest heronry in Southern Africa, the Kanana heronry. Anything up to 50, 60,000 breeding birds that'll come in from July to October. And from here, we do boat cruise and Mokoro excursion with a purpose. Even folk who are not interested in birds walk away from Kanana twitching. It really is a wonderful spectacle. The camp itself, Kanana, we have just concluded and opened just over a month ago the brand new Kanana. And we are very, very, very proud and very happy of this beautiful property. It looks out, we brought it forward from where the original camp was, and it looks out over this expansive floodplain that is filled with lechwe and impala. The area, as I mentioned to you earlier on, very, very game rich and allows for a diversity of activities there. The decor, the look, the feel, the space, even in the new rooms that have been totally rebuilt, your whole spatial awareness of the environment that you're in is brought into the rooms. From the bedroom area, from the bathroom area, lounge area, looking out over even from the shower, looking out over these floodplains. There's the color palette. It's the inspiration we use to put Kanana together, and certainly one of the top private concession areas in the Okavango Delta, now made available through this beautiful and newly rebuilt Kanana camp, which opened, as I said, just over a month ago. Sleep out options also available at Kanana.